Okay, mate. Finally back again. 2 weeks.
Yeah, back again.
2 weeks, isn't it? I think it's...
Yeah, they seem to be every 2 weeks now, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just too busy out with a minute to do out, so apologies. I'm not sure many people watch it anyway, but...
Yeah. Well, at least it proves it's not... we don't do it when you only don't do it when
No, we've won our last two. Won the last two, and we're still not doing them.
Yeah.
So
there's just a lot going on, isn't there? Especially with the new venue, just getting it ready. We start a week on Monday.
Yeah, so this is pretty much our last weekend to get stuff done.
But it's obviously tough because we're running at 3 other venues, and one's a new venue. So dragging the goals in and out and things like that. So it's just chaos.
I'm not sure how you've had time to design it. I don't think people can see it, but these riding hard mugs. So
official merchandise.
I think what we're saying is, if you do come on as a guest, Junior, we're going to give you a free Riding High mug, or if you get any people on.
I think we've said a couple of people have said they'd like to get involved, so we'll have to maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
Take a job. I tell you what'll be a good one. We're going up to. We're going to go up to Repton, aren't we? On next, is it next Sunday?
Week on Sunday, yeah.
A week on Sunday, so we might see if we can get one in with Matt before.
What game is it? What game is it?
I think it's. I don't know. Derby playing someone. There.
Are we supporting that? Is it?
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe cheer Derby on that day. Wonder if are we allowed in that arena?
We're allowed in that one.
Oh, good. Yeah. And then we play them the week after, don't we?
Play them.
Or do we?
Oh, we'll see.
We'll see if it turns up. So we've got that coming up. Suppose we better talk about our
last two fixtures.
Last two, yeah. So we played Trent 2 weeks ago now, nearly.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. I dropped you for that game.
I don't think I've played against Trent. I don't think I've played against
Trent. Never played. No, I've played against Trent.
You've played against Trent.
I beat him. What
was the first one? Why didn't I play the first one? It was away. Was it Saturday?
No, that was the cup.
Yeah, but was it Saturday?
No, the league one was after our big discussion.
What do you mean?
When we had a big discussion in Warners, and there was a big fallout after the Derby game.
Yeah.
And then we played Trent, and you didn't play.
Oh, I said I wasn't going to play, didn't I?
You didn't play the next 3 games.
Not toys out the pram, just letting the young lads play. So
you didn't play that one. You didn't play the cup one. You let me go. I
was on my UEFA B.
Yeah, you wasn't.
Football, yeah, I was. Yeah.
And then
you played, got a yellow.
A man of the match I might have as well. Man of the match.
Did you score?
I got an assist. I should have scored.
So you've never scored for the club?
No. I couldn't move my feet quick enough. Someone played it. I should have scored. I think he was just like one of them. Someone pushed me out and just missed the ball. It was shocking. But yeah, we beat them with me playing. That's bad.
Yeah.
And then the next game.
I was timekeeper.
No, it was away, wasn't it? The away one when we had the cup final next week.
Oh yeah, but then we played him at home.
Oh, you was the timekeeper for the home one? Yeah.
Nearly got into a scrap then as well.
Yeah, you started with that kid.
No, I did. He started with me.
It was you started with him. Should know better, timekeepers.
Oh God, sorry, I've been ill all week. It's not COVID.
But yeah, back to the Trent game. It was great.
Just going up to the build-up, they'd obviously just beaten Manchester, haven't they? What's 14-8 or something?
Something like that.
It's their first ever win.
Yeah, they absolutely smashed them.
So we was like, well, what's happened? So is it Manchester? Is it?
Well, I'm guessing now it was Manchester.
Yeah. They must have had a weakened team that day. Or
I think someone said they got the keeper sent off, so I'm not sure. Someone's gone and missed somewhere for that scoreline. It just.
Yeah.
I'm not having that. But yeah, it was classic us, really. Did the team talk at the beginning.
So I was at a wedding. I don't know. I don't know what we didn't record it, did we?
No, they might have done, I think.
Yeah.
I think they did, but I'm not watching that one back. So it was great, because we did the team talk like we do. We got into them. I said, look, these will be up for it. They're just not 14B Manchester. Yeah. Young kids. Let's not give them any hope. First few minutes, just keep the ball nice and silly. Don't give it away. Sit in. Got it, lads. Oh, yeah. Dave, yeah. As you can imagine, 10 seconds down. 10 seconds into the game, 1-0 down. Get the ball, try a ridiculous pass, lose it, intercept it. 2-on-1, they bury it, 1-0 down. It's like, oh my God. Luckily enough, we had enough.
So obviously I was at a wedding. I was trying to get out of it as best as I could, but it was the wife's brother. and it was a bit of an awkward one. It was supposed to be in another 18 months' time, but someone in the family was poorly and they had to rush it forward, and they moved it to a Sunday, and it was during the season and stuff like that, so it was just one of them. I was never getting out of that one, so I was just getting updates off one of the lads that one playing, and what score was it? It was close at half time, when it was at 5-4. 5-4, so I was like, oh no.
Well, it was 5-2 up, we let a couple of stinkers in. Went to 5-4. They kept bringing like the extra keeper out from kick-ins and stuff, which as soon as we'd sussed it, the second half, they didn't do out really. Yeah. One of their players got sent off, I think.
Again.
Yeah, I thought it should have been sent off earlier. Another one I think should have gone, but he let him off for 2 yellows. So yeah, they're all right. Trent, I'll give them the Joe. They've gone and beat Sheffield. They've gone and beat Sheffield now, haven't they? So
2 out of 3. Is it 2 out of 3? Yeah,
2 out of 3. Yeah, same as us. So they're all right. I think they'll be. Yeah, I think they are.
Did they settle with the 2-2 again, or did it change?
Little bit different, not quite 2-2, but they've tried I think they've just got a bit better. The discipline's a bit better than it was.
Yeah.
One as like mouthy as they usually are.
Yeah.
Still a bit. I spoke to the refs and that afterwards, and there's still a couple of things I can't really say on here. But yeah, there was a bit knobby after the game, so I've heard a couple of the players.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they've improved. I'll give them the credit. They've improved. They've a bit bigger, a bit older.
Yeah.
Still,
I think they put on the Twitter, they put trust the process. So obviously they're looking at a bit more longer term, which is probably similar to us, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not having that.
No.
Sorry, Trent. You're doing all right, but no, I'm not.
All right.
The process has got you 2 wins, and
okay.
You
don't trust it, but maybe they do.
I question the opposition you played against.
Right. Okay.
Your process is working though, because it's a lot better than it was last year. So much working, but
right. Okay.
Let's not don't get kiddie thinking your tier 1 are out yet. Okay. Miles off.
All right.
Sorry, Trent. And who did we play last? Manchester. So we played Manchester B. And I'll say we win 7-4, 7-2 up, and then we went flying as usual. We wobbled, didn't we? Missed about 6 open goals when we took the ball off them, let them back in the game. But I don't think we was ever in danger of that one, was we?
No, I think towards the end, I think obviously when they went flying, they scored a couple. I think we started getting a bit panicky and we started getting arguing with each other. I shouted something at you and ended up getting booked for it. And the referee was shouting.
So you could call that referee, see? That's what I've got to put up with.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was. We got a bit thinking.
I think we didn't need to, because say we panicked when they go flying. We get the ball. We're a bit. I think Pat summed it up in goal for us, didn't he? When Pat had a shot. I'll say a shot, and I'm being generous with this word shot. Well, I don't know. It went.
Yeah, it won the kids, and
I think it took one of the kids out on the sideline for a throw-in, didn't it? I think
on the halfway.
I'm hoping he was aiming for that child. Otherwise, it was the worst shot I've ever seen. But that sums us up, doesn't it? When it comes to fly, we have a.
Yeah.
I think we've only done it well once against Junior, haven't we? And apart from that,
that's because I think Junior did something that we hadn't seen against anyone else. He went the opposite of.
He made it really easy for us, didn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all right. So Manchester, I said it to the lads afterwards. I think they was the best futsal team we've played. They were just a little bit weak. So in maybe a year or 2 time, they actually played some really nice stuff and could shift the ball well. And it looked really good, but when they got near in the final third, they weren't a lot.
They had a really good group of players, but I don't think there was one, which they normally have where you go, well, he's the main threat. Yeah. It was more, they had very, very good players consistently rather than one absolute one that was just going to...
They come with a plan. They come with a plan that could keep the ball and they played all right. But I just...
Because we looked at we obviously played in pre-season, the second team. And again, I don't know if there was weaker then in the first team, but I looked at it and I think Kai Bone was in goal as well. And it was a bit like, if that's the team, I think they might struggle this season. And they obviously got beat by Trent. I thought, well, what's happened here? And then obviously we've played them, but that was a lot better that performance was a lot better than what I saw pre-season, and the players seemed to go up a level. So I'm sure Manchester will look at that result and be quite happy with it. To be fair,
yeah. Like so,
they could have got more. Like I say, we was wobbling, and towards the end they could have got something out of it. Like it was close, and this is our first team, and that's their sort of developing B team. So
I think they'll. Yeah. So with Manchester, I'm not quite sure what happened because they got beat by Bolton narrowly last week, but I think Bolton are saying they should have finished more chances out of it. So I think they lost 2-1 to Bolton last week.
Right. Okay.
But I think again they've said the keeper's kept him in it. Bolton are saying they've kept the score down. So, but I think they'll be all right, Manchester. I think, but they've got to start winning though, haven't they? Because there's going to be relegation this year, and someone's going to go down.
Yeah. And
now
I think everyone's favourite would have been Trent, but with 2 wins.
It's odds on Trent, but it's not now. They're looking like with 2 wins. Probably if they get 2 or 3 more, they're safe.
Yeah.
And looking probably they'll be thinking, do you know what? We'll shut these idiots up and we can turn you up there.
Yeah.
So it's
who would you say favourite then at the minute? Because obviously Sheffield.
Well, we've got Sheffield next, haven't we? Week on Sunday. We've got Sheffield next. I don't know much about Sheffield. I know who runs it, and we know all the players, but there's something not quite right there.
Well, from what I've heard, it's obviously Fab, obviously ex-York, ex-us, great player, and all his friends, Pedro, and some of the old Sheffield guard, I think Daraji and like that. But I don't think the training. It's
I still thought
like Daniel Pedras is playing, and as we saw him in training, he was going to come to us, weren't we? As quality as this, I think if you're not training, then you're not. Do you know what I mean? You have to be some player. And
the wrong age of 30. You've been the wrong age of 30, you know. So it's hard, isn't it? Just to turn out and play against kids who are training or who are in the prime.
Yeah.
But something's going wrong there at Sheffield, and I don't know. Say with the quality of players, I thought they might have been up there. They might come out against us and put the well beaters out.
Yeah.
Thiago and all them might join. They might all come out to play, and they might send us over. Don't know.
Yeah.
But they need to do something fast because at the minute they probably say it'd be. They'll drag Leicester into this. Leicester might get dragged in.
Well, Leicester obviously, I think they got rid of a lot of players that couldn't commit, similar to what we did. Brought a lot of youngsters through, which for me is the right way to do it. And obviously you're going to jeopardise results, which I think we did. But longer term, it's just going to have to just get off of that line, I think.
It'll be tight, I think. But the top 4, 5, it's probably going to be. I think Birmingham are probably favourites right now, aren't they? They're looking.
They've got some Tier 1 experience. I've watched the first half of the first half against Bolton's second team, and I text Rob Smith when they beat us. I can look at certain teams and know which ones we are suited to, and I think they're one of them. I think they'll just be too clever and a bit too, I know, strong, but I think good teams that can play who are younger, we generally can out battle them. But if we're trying to battle someone that's just as physical as us and they can outsmart us, I think that's where we generally, a bit like Ken, we can't just seem to get over that line. But we'll see. It's obviously.
I think Birmingham look the team to beat, don't they? I think now.
Yeah.
Liverpool doing all right. I think they'll be round about there.
Well, we've got to see Liverpool play well. They've obviously had 3 home games. We've got to.
Yeah, it's all good and well, isn't it, playing at home? But as you know, when you're travelling, but when they've got to go to Sunderland for the 11 o'clock kickoff. Sunderland, what's that about? I'm going to get you if you do that to us. So when they go, so they'll get the 11 o'clock kickoff. Yeah. So you've got to set up. I don't know. I think it's like a 2 or 3 hour journey across there. Yeah. So if you're setting off at 7:30.
It's not even that. Even just doing it, it's actually when you arrive. This is what I noticed against Sunderland. It's your mental state. You're going, this is early. Yeah. Your brain just isn't switched on. You don't really want to be there unless you really want to win. Yeah. That's what I kept saying to our lads. Do you actually want to win this? Because this is where you do it. On the day we didn't. So
I think they'll be there. Liverpool. I think they've got 2 or 3 signings they've got this year. They look like they'll be round about.
Yeah.
We'll probably be somewhere. It depends.
Yeah.
We're our worst enemy, so it depends on us, doesn't it? It depends how whether we turn up or not.
Yeah.
Who else up there? Loughborough will probably be up there.
Yeah.
And Bolton. definitely. I know the result didn't look great against
Birmingham,
but I think the keeper didn't. Keeper. He didn't do. I don't think he had what I've seen of the goals. I think he's a lot better than that keeper. So I think they'll take some beating. Bolton. I think they're a bit like Manchester. I think last year they've got some good players. And I think depending what Bolton do next year.
Well, it depends what they do this year. If they're battling for the top, they'll want to keep the squad together. But yeah,
it's a tough one for them. It's how you keep all your players happy. Like Manchester have found out the good players from last year's team have cleared off, haven't they? Because they couldn't get the first team.
Yeah,
but they're good enough to play. So I think some of them left.
Onto York and
so you can play tier 1 for someone else.
Yeah.
So Bolton might. I don't know. I hope that. I'd like to think that he's
both leagues are set, and obviously that the tier 2 South as well with all the Helvetia players. It's like I say. I think anyone's prediction at the start of the season.
Well, the question that we'll ask the chairman of tier 3.
Yeah.
Do we know, are the players held responsible for the club debt, or is the club held responsible for the debt? So what I mean is, can the players play while the club Helvetia owes money? Who carries that debt? Because it doesn't look like the players, because they're playing. And should they be allowed to play? Or should they have to pay the fines?
It's down to the league. If it was me in tier 3, what I'd done previously is them players can't play. I think the way this has all happened, I don't think any of the blame has been put on the players. So speaking to Chris, I think if there was an option to do that, I think he'd rather the players go play and cause more problems for the players who have obviously been dumped on this by an owner that has obviously ran up loads of debt. So for me, in fairness, it's nothing down to the players. They probably owed money themselves. But I think as a club, it'll come down to the club. So the club still owe it. So there's a women's team there. So the club does still exist. So I'm sure that debt'd still be by the club.
So will the league enforce the debt, you think, and bankrupt the club? Or will they let it all slide?
If that was me in my position, I'm not saying what Chris would do, but if I could let it slide, I would, purely because you don't want another women's team going, and especially the name Helvetia, after what's just happened with the men's. I'd do my best to make sure, one, we can retain the amount of women's teams we've got and add on it. But yeah, it's tough because, like I say, if the league's in a position where they don't need the money to operate, us at tier 3 we do. Yeah. What we want to achieve and the money we get in is aiming to achieve. So if we can, if his debt's owed to it, I'll do my best to make sure it's in, because there's a reason that money's coming in.
Don't Graham Dell give you a lot of money each year?
No, it's funny you say that though. Don't start. No. But we have received. Well, we haven't received it, but we have been told tier 3 is receiving funding in regards to referees. So we had a lot of problems last season with appointments of referees, where teams are based not being able to get referees, only getting one referee for the majority of games, which seems to be improved this season. But we did identify it, and I was asked what could the FA do to help us, and it was purely on referees. I'm speaking with Matt Beckett, Paul Gregory is helping him out on it as well. We're looking at the South first and getting more referees, especially within clubs, so for timekeepers, and having options as referee. So if a referee doesn't turn up, like it's happened twice this season, there's a referee on both clubs, both clubs, who's at hand who could take it. Which, it caused problems, but at least it's someone that knows the rules and the level we're at. It's definitely an option. Yeah. So yes, the tier 3 we will be receiving some money from England Futsal or the FA. This is probably what England Futsal put in that slideshow that we watched, and they said that they're collaborating with the NFL, and I was like, oh, I am.
Here's a big question. Have you had any contacts from anyone in the, apart from Chris Parkin, from like Graham Dell or any of them, to say, well done Dan, great job?
No, because I ain't done a great job. I'm just no. But no, there was something with the England under-19s. Did you see that email that came through to the NFS? And I did have to ask the coach, the head coach Sean Kitson, if this was applicable to Tier 3 as well, because it'd only come to me as a club. It came to my club email. So I asked back saying, is this a Tier 3? Because I need to know, because if this is what happened last time, and I got a backlash of Tier 3 not invited and all this lot. So I did ask the question. He said, yes, of course. He thought it'd get passed down. He didn't do it to me. Hopefully there's that communication a bit better last time, so I don't have to actually ask. Yeah. It will be, Danny, have you got any Tier 3 players that want to put themselves forward? But I also said, I totally get it. There will be some talented young players in Tier 3, but why aren't they playing Tier 1 or Tier 2? Yeah. Yes, there's locality and things like that, but do you know what I mean? If you're that good, there should be moving.
You don't see many League One players playing for England, do you?
No, and that's it. Which I totally understand, but I know what'll happen from a club's perspective if it was put out there that what Tier 3 wasn't included, just because of the history. So
there might be a weldy out there.
But what I've also said is, we've all seen the standard. We've got some players who are eligible who may or may not be good. That's someone else's perception. But I'd only put them forward if I was confident that we've seen the talent now. We've like the Manchester players, the Bloomsbury players, the York players. At that level, that's what we've got to decide before we put someone forward. If not, then why are we wasting our players' time to get their hopes up? And obviously, the England going through all these.
Yeah, just because you're under 19, don't mean you should be putting for the England. It's like me going up for the England job in it as manager. It's just I'm a manager, but it's just ridiculous. So. Yeah, well, yeah, but we have got a couple, haven't we? We're probably going to put up. Can we say this?
No. Well, I don't know. No. Yeah. Well, we talk about them all the time, so we'll go to the album. But yeah, well.
Yeah, so moving on to the England scenario, and everyone I've seen, is it Horton again?
Yeah, Chris
Horton's giving it the big one again about the England team. I actually think, and I'd love if we could get someone on from the England FA or whoever's in that committee, whoever it may be, to come on and actually tell us why they're in an England team. Because there's probably only two reasons why there is an England team. One, because they can't be asked, or two, they don't want to spend the money. And I can't think of another reason why. This bullshit about there ain't enough games.
That was
not even a reason, because of course there ain't enough games for the England men's team unless you enter in competitions.
Yeah.
So just be playing friendlies, but Northern Ireland.
That one good.
Northern Ireland
that came out last year. That was really. I think we all agree, and obviously you've got your FA bashers and you've got your FA supporters, and then you've probably got people like us in the middle who don't sway to either of them. I think collectively we all want the England team back. Why?
But
I think the way I looked at it the other day, when Chris said it, is what would be another benefit of the England team? And it's like, imagine if we could, obviously everything we're doing here and in the area, imagine if we could go to the university and say, the England futsal national team are looking to play games. We want show court, roll-out floor, cameras, all this, and the England team came. Imagine all our kids being able to see them players in an England shirt going, that could be you. You like you've said it all the time. Your chances of playing for the England football team are basically zero.
Yeah.
It's a bit like zero. Your chances of getting the England futsal team are a lot higher, purely by percentage. Purely by percentage. So I was coaching. I don't even know I told you this, but I coach a college team, and we did futsal on Wednesday. So I took them to a indoor centre. We played futsal. I was talking. When I first did this 3 or 4 years ago, I was talking to them and I was talking about you've got opportunities to play for England, and when I say England, it's the same shirt as Harry Kane wears. So if you wear number 10, it'll look exactly the same as Kane's. You know what I mean? And it was that picture I was trying to get in the head to try and persuade them to come play the game. Once they come play the game and they fall in love with it, like all of our players done, the likes of Skelly and people like that, yes, there's an England under-19, but for someone like Reece, for example, in our squad, who's 19 now and not eligible, what carrot is there for him? Yes, he wants to improve, and we have multiple conversations with him and how we can work with him and how we can help him improve, but that carrot just isn't there. So I think for the sport, it needs it. I think, and like I say, Chris is obviously hammering it home, and I think we all want answers. The only thing I would add, which I don't really know if I should be saying this, but I'll say it anyway, just to because I've got some inside info. I think some people will probably think I'm making this up actually, because you can see where I'm going with this, and it's not to cause controversy or cause trouble, but something happened, and I don't quite know exactly what it was, but there was some kind of legal battle. I don't know whether it was the NFS when that started, but it cost the FA a lot. And when I say a lot, I'm talking, I've been told 6 figures in lawyers and legal fees, and it massively tarnished futsal for a lot of people. So the reason why I do what I do with the league and stuff is to try and show people are working together, which I think with Chris doing the Pokemon and we've brought a national cup and the pyramids there and everything everyone is doing can only result in it coming back. But I think we've got to get past all that history and all these, like you say, these bashers that are just hammering home and talking all the negative. It's just bringing back unnecessary memories, and we need to move forward at some point rather than just looking at the past. And yeah, I get it. There's people like Chris who are fighting. Their way of fighting for what they believe in is absolutely fine. If that's the way they want to go with it, I've got no issues with that. But like you said, just do something about it rather than moaning. Do something. Yeah. What is your way into making what you want to happen, and go with that. But if it's just negativity, then I don't see where that goes forward. So yes, we all want it back. Chris and I wanted to bring back the FA Cup, so it was the FA Cup. We couldn't, for whatever reason. I wasn't told why, but we couldn't have them rights, so we just decided to create a national competition, which we did the live draw here for those that didn't see it. But yeah, so that's. There's other things that have gone in the past which still obviously ongoing, but yeah, I know a lot of money was wasted on things, and if I speak to the people that I found that off and I can say more, then I'll make sure I'll say more in the next one. But that is something that I
think that's just what it'd just be nice if people give us a little bit of clarity now what's going on. Look, guys, we need to get this, we need to do this and set this in place, do this, and then we can get that England team back on track.
Well, what was that? You don't go on it too much, so you won't know. But Kwan's obviously doing some kind of, from Bloomsbury, he's doing something with England, I can't think what they called it, performance or something. Yeah. But I don't know who was there, but there was training camps and there was at St George's. So it wasn't the 19s, it was something, I don't know whether it was 23s or men's or whatever, but there's something going on in the background and it's been put out there.
Yeah, but it needs
But even I don't know exactly what is going on.
But if he's training people, it needs to be a bit more open, doesn't it? Because who was he training? Who's the team? How do you pick the players? And a bit more open, not like that.
Yeah.
Not like that. Well, you never know. Some of our players good player, but yeah, I would like it a bit more transparent what we're doing and how you're picking players. Or you're just picking Bloomsbury, or you're just picking.
I don't know.
That's what I mean. No, but that's all I'd say with the England team. But I think hammering the FA about it on Twitter, I don't know. Is it going to help?
That's.
I don't know if it helps or hinders.
If there's,
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? If someone's not doing the job, or you perceive some job, then show there's a pathway in doing that properly, rather than just texting, do you know what I mean, tweeting, do you know what I mean? It's sure there's a pathway if you've got a legitimate.
Well, the women's one's back now, isn't it? The women's is back. The 19s is back.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's got to happen, but yeah. You'd think the men's would be the easiest one to bring back.
Well, I thought the men's would be easy. Obviously,
well, all the players are there.
Straight away, every summer they used to do it. So it was England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales.
Yeah.
We all had the tournament. And they played each other, so there was always 4 games, then you can play. Which is like football, you play whatever one you want.
Yeah.
Well, Cookie played it. Cookie did well, because he's got the 100 caps up on the wall.
Yeah.
So people like that can do it. So there's loads of games. So, alright, we've had rows and fallout with the past, but we're done now and we're not. And the FA aren't skint, are they?
No. Not when that COVID again. When COVID came, it was like we have to drop that. That
was that. Well,
I think that was just a perfect reason with everything that had gone on previously, especially with the NFS and LNFS and everything. It was an easy one to just go see you later.
I think reading between the lines, it's just been what's gone on with all the Sharples of the world and all that, bashing away, and then he's at the top. They've just gone. Don't it? Well, someone above down have gone, what is happening here?
Yeah.
Why are these round with these? Why are you costing us 100 thousands? And don't need it. And probably the ones at the top didn't need much excuse because they probably didn't like futsal or didn't get it.
Yeah.
So it's an easy sell, isn't it? Goodbye futsal.
Yeah. Just on that, so I had a chat with Chris. I don't know how this would work, but I came up with a suggestion if the England team wasn't back or something in between. How would, and Chris said this is possible actually, but I don't know how we do it or how it would work, but Tier 1, open age, Tier 1, under 23, sir, Tier 2, Tier 3, Allstars teams.
Are you asking me to be the coach?
No. I get someone decent. We want any of y'all So semi-final, Tier 1, 23s or 19s, something like that, versus Tier 3. Tier 2 versus Tier 1.
Ooh.
Semi-finals, final.
I'm available to ref it, I've got my ref badge.
Get a decent one. We'll get a decent one there. Johnny Bruffel, my new best mate.
The issue. He booked you last week.
I does, man.
He done it,
He winked at me when he gave me it.
He told me.
He was like, I've got you, Daddy. I've been trying to get you for work.
He should play for Trent.
Yeah. Just on refs.
Oh, he was Can of worms. Go on then.
Can of worms, yeah. I don't know how this happened, but we've had 3 games. We've had the same ref.
Yeah.
3 games in a row.
I think he hates us now, doesn't he?
Well, I thought he hated us after game 1.
Yeah, no.
But then game 3, I think he actually likes us. People hate us until you actually chat with us and you realise we hate the same people.
Yeah.
Not that he hates anymore. But I don't even know where I was going with that. But yeah, just a bit of a strange one. I've never known that. I've never gone to a football game and gone, I had him 2 weeks ago. It's generally I had him 6 months ago. Or do you know what I mean? It's just.
Yeah. I do want to say, look, for the rest. Because I think we've had a couple from Liverpool come to us last 2 weeks, haven't we? So the same 2 refs.
Yeah.
And they have to share a car. So only one of them, and this is where I'm going with this. So only one of them's going to get the petrol money, so you get a bit of whatever it is, 30p a mile. So you make a bit off the petrol.
Well, it's good you brought this up because we could go into this a bit.
And then so they'll get 40 quid each, and then one of them gets petrol. But if you just come all the way from Liverpool, so like a 2.5 hour drive here. 2.5 hour games drag on. So 2.5, 3 hours for the game.
Yeah.
And then 2.5, 3 hours home. It must be on about £3 an hour.
So when I put the proposal forward on how I want to run Tier 3, one of the first things I said is refs need to be paid more.
That's where I was going with that. Absolutely.
Because
we've got to pay more.
You can't, like you say, you can't go from Liverpool to Hull for £40 and be expected, because we had to put this is a bit awkward, but we had to question the mileage because the mileage seemed wrong because we was told refs had to share.
Yeah.
Because you've got a problem. I was speaking to Natalie Bolton about this. She's saying we pay too much in refs. Refs are saying we don't get paid enough.
Yeah.
So how does that work? And it's because the money's all lost in the road.
It's mileage, isn't it?
It's the mileage.
And so far.
But you also can't have the same ref who's on your doorstep, and you don't always have a ref on your doorstep. And again, you don't want the same ref every week.
But for
especially if it's rubbish.
Not that
you want. No. I didn't mean that. I just meant
for the one in the car was the passenger. I'd be questioning that driving down, thinking I could have just done 2 under 10 games for 2 hours, an hour a game, and got 25 quid a game. So I could have got 50 quid for 2 hours on my doorstep.
Yeah.
Or I've got to go. What best part of 9 hour day for 40 quid? What's that?
Yeah.
4 quid, not even that. 4 quid an hour or something. £4.50.
Yeah.
It didn't even minimum wage for a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, is it?
No.
So
I don't. It's a real. I had a conversation with Chris because I was talking about the mileage. So are you sure this is right? Because I can't. So I had to send an email and stuff like that. It was a bit of an awkward one, but I said, what if they just got a set fee? What if they had a set fee of, I don't know, whatever it is, £75?
Yeah.
£75 wherever you are in the country. And it's then up to Ian, the appointments officer, to make sure they get the best mileage out of that £75. But Chris's argument was, well, if you flip it, the refs will only want games on, they won't travel, they'll only want the games on the doorstep. And it's like, I get it, you can't win, but what you will get is some refs. It's just. I just don't know what the answer is with this. But the money is lost in the miles. But for me, I just thought if you got a set fee and it was a high fee of 75 quid, you knew you was getting that for the day, wherever you were, you're going to win some and lose some.
Yeah, I agree. So if you Liverpool, you go to Manchester, you're all right. You're going to win. Yeah. If you're Liverpool, go to
next week,
Birmingham.
You might have to go to But you won last week.
But it should balance out.
We should do.
But the rest can't. Well, they can pick and choose the games. I know they can. But if you're on that national panel, I'm sure that they know it's a national game, so they could get sent anyway. But if you made them a set fee of 80 quid.
Yeah.
So you get, I know every
week.
We know. I pay 160 quid. And if we get Rob McGowan, who lives 5 seconds away, he's got 80 quid. He's game on. But then next time when he goes to Birmingham and he's gone all day for 80 quid, it's a bit, well, you did get 80 quid last week. So it kind of, and I think that's, I just think
which either way, there's going to be a winner and a loser. I think.
Well, if I look at football, if I can ref up to like Humber Prem, which is one below North East counties. So it's the feed league for North East counties. So the one before it's semi-pro.
Step pay, isn't it?
And I get paid 45 quid a game for that.
And there's a pitch right behind your house.
So I could be on the pitch behind my house, or I could be on like Easington or around that. So it's a bit of a trek. But whichever I get 45 quid.
All within an hour.
Oh God, yeah. I'm only within an hour. But why is that fee more than a National League referee? This is where I'm going. Why should I be paid more than someone doing a Tier 1 futsal game?
Yeah.
No.
But if you did pro rata and put it to what it should be for a national, that's when the clubs come into it and go, well, this is not sustainable. We can't afford it.
But we want better refs, so we mourn when we get.
Well, would we get better refs, or would we get the same refs on more money?
Well, it might. It might.
That's what. Yeah.
It might. Someone then in the football might go, hang on. I'm doing I have to do a North East counties for 80 quid.
Yeah.
And they're hammering me all day.
Yeah.
Where I could go second ref on here.
Yeah.
And I'm actually decent. They might be getting level 4, level 3 refs coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, could do a bit of futsal.
Yeah.
But they're not going to come in for 40 quid, are they?
No, and that's...
You're not going to get a level 2, level 3 ref coming out of that, or coming on a Sunday.
Yeah.
They might do a game on the Saturday or whatever, on a LAN or somewhere, and then come and ref. And you get a decent standard of ref, but you go... I know it's killing us because we've got to pay the money out.
But we account for that at the start of the season. I think they've said, is it 170 quid max per game? We've hit that both home games.
But I'd rather just know.
But that's accounted for.
I'd rather know that the refs are 160 quid a game and it's like, right, I've got to find it. Rather than, well, this week you've got 2 local, so it's like 90 quid for your refs, and then next week it's 170, and then you're all over the place.
Yeah.
But if anyone on the refs are watching, it'd be nice if you did put some on off feedback. But I don't know what the answer is.
Just so you know, Mark Beckett does watch. We'll have to get him a mug actually.
Oh,
he does watch.
Mark Beckett.
Yeah. So I spoke
to him. We get him on the show.
We were talking about obviously the ref course and where we're going to do it and stuff like that. And he mentioned something accidentally. He was like, "Oh, it's like you said on your shirt." I was like, "Oh, got it."
Yeah. Can you watch it?
Yeah. It did. But yeah, so.
But yeah,
it'd be. I don't like I say. Mark will probably go, we tried that and it didn't work because of this. It might be what Chris said, but like you said, it's
standards, isn't it?
To ask a second referee to car share with someone and travel, like I said, 9 hour day, 40 quid. Oh, it's...
Well, I'd question.
But then the other guy gets it all.
He gets it all, and he gets a bit of. So if he gets 60 quid petrol or whatever, probably not going to. It might cost him 30, 40 quid petrol, so he makes another 20.
Yeah.
Still got to use his car, so you're making a bit more.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, it's an awkward one, isn't it?
It is an awkward one. I don't quite know the answer.
No.
But.
Well, I think one of the answers would be exactly what Mark's doing in trying to get more refs. Because what that means is we don't get a ref coming from Liverpool. We might get one from Leeds.
But it's the standard.
Or we might get one from Middlesbrough. Somewhere where it's an hour away.
It's the standard you're attracting, though, isn't it? If you're putting a job out for 40 quid.
Yeah.
And you've got to travel an hour.
Yeah.
You're going to get a certain level. Not against these refs, because they're all... These guys do it, I think, because they love it.
Fair play to them, yeah.
And there's an opportunity to go ref abroad, isn't there? There is actually opportunities for them. But if you suddenly say it's 80 quid, you might still get some chances.
Yeah.
Which you probably will. Someone else might come out of the woodwork and be a chancer, but you might actually get some decent ones as well. Because we need... I don't know what level football or have to do football, these guys.
But we don't, like I say, I don't know the pathway for these referees and how they found their way into futsal.
Yeah.
My opinion on football is, unless you're a die-hard futsal fanatic, you're either a finished footballer like me, or half footballer, or you're sort of a failed footballer, or you do a bit of both. But what I'm saying is, what is it for refs? Are they couldn't make it on the football scene? Just die-hard futsal fans, or? I don't know what refs.
When you get into this the refs progression stuff, there's loads of refs at level 3 who are stuck.
Yeah.
And they can't get anywhere. One, because they're not stuck up someone's arse and moving up the FA. But two, there aren't enough games.
Yeah.
So the other people get the games before them, so you can never progress to tier 2. So there's loads stuck at tier 3 who were decent, or level 3. But if you could attract them to futsal and say, do you know what? If you actually did a bit here and did 3 or 4 years, you could be doing Champions League in this.
Yeah.
Or you could be doing dog and duck on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So there's a pathway there, but the money's got to be there, because if they're level 3 refs, they're going to be getting paid 100 odd quid a game.
Yeah.
But there's not going to be no progression, because they're probably stuck at level 3.
Yeah.
Where I think if they come to futsal, again, there isn't loads of refs. You've seen well,
that's what made it. If we can get more refs, some of that mileage will come down, because there's more opportunity, there's more flexibility to go. Well, you can go there, you can go there. At the minute, it's like you're dragging people all over the country.
There must be refs in Leeds. Say Leeds. If you're targeted Leeds and around that sort of area, and then they're pretty close, so you could send them in any direction.
Yeah.
And they're in a futsal club there, so there's no conflicts or anything like that.
Yeah.
And if you're offering them 80 quid a game, it might turn their heads, and they might go, all right, I'll do that.
Well, there you go, Dave. You've just solved Becky's problems there, right there.
Doddle, mate, innit? Yeah, get me in. 80 quid a game. If you put me down for our tier 3 games, that'll be all right. That.
Yeah.
Is it 80 quid a game for tier 3 as well?
No, you get less for tier 3. You get 30 plus mileage.
That needs some.
That's another thing. The mileage. I think the mileage is 30p. I think, and when you do the government one, it's like 45p now or something. I think 30p.
Well, 30p was when it was £1 a litre. Now it's £1.50.
Yeah.
So the 30p's miles out.
There's us trying to get our ref fees off. It's bad, isn't it? But I think it just shows again we're trying to improve the sport as well. It's the only way we can get players in if the sport's better.
And the only way sport grows, as we know, if you don't pay people to come in and coach or do a job for you, you get a certain level.
Yeah.
And unless mega dedicated, but how many coaches a week come and go?
Till something better comes up, innit?
I know, than the bomb, yeah. But if we're saying to them we can give you 30 quid an hour, then they might stay, because the money's there.
Yeah.
Or they might not. But like I say, Becky, sort this out, 80 quid, put that to committee. Who's on the refs committee? Am I on it?
Refs committee?
Yeah. Do they have one?
I don't know. You're not on that. Why
should
would you
be.
be on that?
I should be.
No. What, the abuse you give that?
I just talked to him. You've been biting me.
I was talking to you.
You want if you could come on here.
I was arguing with you.
No, Johnny Bruffle, come on. You come on and sort this
I was arguing with you about a ref not giving something on the other side for kicking the ball away, and then Reece doesn't move. Reece doesn't move and gets booked for it.
Did move, didn't he, Ref?
So I'm showing you why I was annoyed. And to be fair, I deserved the other card because I shouted at the full arena at it. But yeah.
I didn't get a red for that.
But yeah, and I will have to apologise for that because a lot of our kids came to watch that game. There's me shouting expletives.
It's disgusting, Ref. You should have been
It's funny having you get at each other when it all starts going, doesn't it? We start blaming each other. It sounds like, it's your fault, and you're like, it's you. But yeah.
Kevin was actually winning as well.
Yeah, I was winning, but you could just see it happening again, don't we? It was just
falling apart.
But yeah, that's just typical us. We love it, really.
But yeah, I think we've got to change the rest this week, and we've got Sophie and Will in it, so we can give them some abuse this week. I mean, just some advice on the sidelines.